Wait, is that a truck or a moving palace? The moment I saw this beast for the first time, I literally stopped breathing for a second. This is not just a vehicle. This is a statement. This is power, luxury, and architecture all rolled into one insane machine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the full review of the Royal Gold Megatruck, possibly the most jaw-dropping truck ever built on this planet. Exterior, the first lot. Start with what you see the moment this thing pulls up in front of you. First of all, the sheer size of this truck is overwhelming. This is not something you just drive past and forget. This is something that stops traffic, stops conversations, and stops your heartbeat for a moment. At the front you have a Mercedes-Benz Actros cabin finished entirely in gold. Not painted gold. This is a deep, rich, polished gold finish that catches light from every angle. The iconic Mercedes 3-star logo sits right in the center of the grille, and it looks absolutely royal against that golden body. The cabin itself is sleek, modern, and aerodynamic. Everything you would expect from a top-of-the-line Mercedes heavy-duty truck. The windshield is wide and dark-tinted, giving it a mysterious, commanding look. On the cabin door, in bold, elegant lettering, are two words, Royal Gold. And honestly, those two words say everything. Now, as your eyes move from the cabin toward the trailer, that is where your brain completely stops working, because what you see next makes absolutely no sense in the best possible way. The trailer? A palace on WHL's The trailer of this truck is not a trailer. Let me say that again, this is not a trailer. This is a 2-story Gothic palace that has been mounted on wheels. Whoever designed this took inspiration straight from the grand royal architecture of medieval Europe and somehow managed to attach it to the back of a truck. And the result is something that no human being has ever seen before. The entire structure is covered in gold. Every inch, every surface, every detail, gold. But it is not plain gold. The craftsmen have carved intricate decorative patterns all across the exterior walls. There are ornamental pillars, detailed moldings, classical cornices, and architectural carvings that you would normally only find on centuries-old European cathedrals and royal palaces. The level of detail on this trailer is absolutely You could stand next to this truck for an hour and still keep discovering new details that you missed before. Now, let's talk about the floors. This trailer has 2 complete floors, ground floor and first floor, just like a real building. On the ground floor, you have massive Gothic arched doorways. These arches are tall, elegant, and framed in gold with deep, dark red wooden doors inside them. The doors look heavy and grand, exactly like the entrance to a royal mansion. On either side of the main entrance, there are golden staircases leading up actual staircases with railings, steps, and everything. These are not decorative. People are actually seen standing on them and walking up them in this image. Moving up to the first floor, the design becomes even more elaborate. You have a continuous row of Gothic arched windows running along the entire length of the trailer. These windows have dark frames with detailed golden borders around them. Between the windows, there are decorative columns and carved panel work. At the corners and along the roofline, there are golden finials and spires pointing upward again, just like a real Gothic palace. There is even a small balcony visible on the right side of the trailer with a metal railing, and you can actually see a person standing on it, which gives you a real sense of just how massive this structure actually is. The roof of the trailer is curved and domed in sections, almost like the roof of a grand old opera house. Along the top edge, you can see what appears to be skylights or solar panel strips integrated into the roof design, which suggests this rolling palace actually has internal lighting and possibly a fully functional interior. The wheels and KHSSEAS. Let's look at the bottom half of this beast. The wheels on this truck are extraordinary. Every single wheel is finished in gold to match the rest of the vehicle. The rims are large, circular, and polished. They look like pieces of jewelry rather than functional truck wheels. The chassis and undercarriage are also gold finished, giving the entire lower section a solid, heavy, powerful look. This truck runs on multiple axles to support the enormous weight of the palace structure on top. You can count several large wheels on the rear section alone, which tells you just how much engineering has gone into making this thing. Road-worthy. The ATMO's PHRO look at the setting this truck is parked in. A wide open green field, misty trees in the background, foggy gray sky overhead, and in the middle of all that natural quiet scenery, this golden palace truck just sits there, completely dominating everything around it. It looks like it landed from another world. The contrast between the soft, misty environment and the bold gold architecture is absolutely stunning. This is the kind of vehicle that would stop an entire city if it drove through it. Who built this and why now? The big question, who made this and what is it for? Based on the image, this appears to be a custom-built luxury mobile unit, possibly a VIP hospitality vehicle, a mobile exhibition space, a royal transport for events, or simply a one-of-a-kind passion project by someone with unlimited resources and an extraordinary vision. The name Royal Gold suggests a brand or a title, and this truck is clearly built to represent the absolute peak of what human creativity and engineering can achieve when money is no object. Final thoughts. Friends, in all my years of watching luxury vehicles, supercars, private jets, and mega yachts, I have never seen anything quite like the Royal Gold mega truck. This is not just a vehicle. This is art. This is architecture. This is engineering. This is a moving piece of history. Whoever built this did not just build a truck, they built a legacy. They built something that will be talked about, shared, and remembered for generations. If you have ever dreamed of living in a palace but also love to travel, this is your answer. The Royal Gold Mega Truck is the ultimate fusion of two worlds, the grandeur of royal architecture and the freedom of the open road. And honestly, there is nothing else like it anywhere on this planet. If this video blew your mind the way it blew mine, smash that like button, share this with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe because we find the most unbelievable machines on Earth and bring them straight to your screen. Until next time, stay curious, stay amazed, and never stop exploring.